There's two scenarios there. Which one do you like? Because I was thinking about testing this one again.
We got to give context of why she's doing this
Or do we have to leave it like give them the question in their mind? That's what I was wondering.
because they giving them a reason to click on the see more in terms of they know more of the context is going to lead to a much higher conversion rate at the end.
Well, the first one's more like that. Last night I couldn't resist flirting with a stranger, knowing my brother's best friend was watching
Exactly.
because she's trying to make him jealous. Maybe
Yes.
that. Do you think that's
Yeah. Because then if they read this, they understand why she's doing it, and it leads into brother's best friend. Now, I think you could probably build more on the because this is still very it's tropey. It's
is that
certainly
too tropey?
no, it's fine. It's still it's tropey, but if we want to build up onto the scaling it further, it would have to be more of the universal fantasy type.
Maybe knowing he was watching, or knowing you know what I mean? Like,
I mean, he would cause confusion. Just saying he.
yeah. Okay.
You could give backstory to because if you can build the emotional connection between the brother's best friend and her, that's where you can pull more of the universal fantasy type to where it's not only grabbing people that anyone that likes brother's best friend is going to be hooked in immediately, but if you can also build the emotional attachment with them first and then go into this scene.
Hmm. Okay. So would I have to remove actual brother's best friend? What do we have in
Um, like how did they first meet or how do they know each other
through the brother?
through the
It's
brother?
brother, yeah.
And then how did they meet through like how did they meet or like when was the first time they met or like that they she knew that she liked him?
That doesn't really go into that. Kind of goes into that's the story starts where it's the opening scene where she finds the boyfriend with the pants down in the back alley and runs into the brother's best friend and he takes her home. That's the ad copy that we just wrote. It was just
Gotcha. Okay. And that was the first time that she'd really been with
yeah,
them. Okay.
yeah. I mean, he comes around for dinners every week with the brother, but that's not really mentioned.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, what's the just trying to think the
The reason this one is doing so well, I could almost guarantee is because of the even if you like Brother's Best Friend or not, sometimes you got to convince people to like it too. So Brother's Best Friend immediately is like it's also finding more people that like that, which is helping us too. But as we've seen with the budget, as you scale it up too far, it struggles to continue to find that many people. So that's a separate thing. But uh,
yeah.
if you read this, even if you don't like Brother's Best Friend, you're probably going to keep reading because you're just wondering what's going on. This scene right here, the unclip my seatbelt and lift me over the center console, that's where it's like that physical point where people can really resonate with. And so, I mean, if you can pull that into some of the ad copy, the
Yeah.
cheat side of things too, that's going to be, I do think that that's going to be our next,
The
uh,
what? Sorry.
that's going to be like our next breakout campaign to where we can get this one up to spending. I mean,
Oh,
with
the cheating.
US and
Yeah.
international, I mean, we should be able to get it easily to 1,000 plus.
Maybe I'll just try and hit on the cheating trope a bit more then, because that's a common universal
Yeah,
thing.
I would honestly. I think if we did that, if we do that once every month and just get a new campaign up and start to scale it that way.
Right. I might, all right, I might relook at all that. I think because I was heading back down the brother's best friend trope, and now I realize you're right. It's too tropey to scale.
And that's the thing
All
is
right. So
there's got to be parts in that book where it's more the universal fantasy type.
there's the jealousy as well.
There you go.
Jealousy is also a big one. All right.